Where do you want me? Out there? Yeah, will this do? Hello, I'm Rose Wiley. I'm a painter. I'm in my house in Kent and I'm going to show you where I paint and where my paintings are produced. I'll take you into my space downstairs. One of the things I do is to work upstairs. I work right to the edge of the canvas and then it comes down here and Olivia puts the strip on it. They're all over the place, the edges. Where are they? Yes, they all have a coloured line down them, pale green, with a coloured pencil. I have a lot of coloured pencils. Going upstairs. I've been in the studio about 30 years. I've lived here about 55 years. You can see evidence. You start to get evidence of paint. It's a room I'm very, very fond of. And I come in and I always paint on top of what's here. And I don't clear it up. You can see it's got a nice build-up, which I like. I don't have a palette. I use the table. Look, you can see. I sort of use the side of the table or I use the chair. First of all, I put the newspaper on to cover the planks because they're quite good planks. They're wide and they're sort of quite old and they're quite nice. And then I found I wipe my brush with newspaper and I throw it. I don't want to feel restricted. I want complete freedom. When I can no longer see at a certain point, I'll get 8 big garbage bags and I'll stuff them, and then my assistant will take them downstairs. The painting I particularly like to talk about is this one. My sister, her name's Daphne, and she's 14 years older than me, and she used to feel that she had the upper hand. So she used to boss me about. She had this look on her face when she did it, sort of righteous indignation, which I was very familiar with. And so many years later, because she's now dead, she's over 100, I can remember her face. Anyway, she was in the Arts, which is the girls' side of the army, and that's her emblem on her hat and what she wore. But it was her face. The thing is, she was also very, very slightly like Keira Knightley. The frame was done much more quickly than the portrait. I moved the hair came right over here, and then it looked like a playing card. So I scraped this quite thick, I scraped off the brow, and it fell on the floor like twirls of chocolate, which was nice. I want to show you a drawing. This is the drawing that I finally worked from. This is the one that triggered it off. When I did it, I thought, well, I've got her. And then I thought, when I came to do the painting, it's a bit, this one was more ordinary. And I like ordinary. I like ordinary which sort of stops being ordinary because of how it turns out in the end. It's quite heavy, the drawing. It's not skittish. Good word, I think. Yeah. Anyway, it's the one I've just done. 5 solid days probably to do. And the painting of that is very different from the painting of Daphne, which is intentional because I wanted it to look like a drawing. I've kept the border. I love borders. This one came first, then that one, and then that one, which is, I think, quite prehistoric. And her chest's like a magnet. That was the magnet girl. It's like a carving, isn't it? I wonder how George would like it. George might quite like it. George Baslett. I've given them all big chests because I thought that was fun. This one's got a marvellous chest. That one flops, this one sort of sticks up. That one's like a magnet. Daphne hasn't got one. I think that's the ending. I hope you've had a good listen. Goodbye. I can have lunch now.